I think this might be my new segment. I'm going to call it Angry Case Studies, and I'm just going to go over my favorite and least favorite businesses and why they're awesome or why they suck. Today we're talking about Liquid Death. It is the most savage
to Pegasus versus the Worlds, where we take on challenges, comedy, trending topics, and some travel.
City boy! City boy!
All right, you guys, we're back on the Fat Files channel, courtesy of the Fat Electrician. I feel uncomfortable calling him fat. Damn. He maybe a little overweight, but hey, when I say fat, man, anyways, you know I'm fat. I'm fat. What y'all know about Weird Al? Okay, let's get into this. Now, Liquid Death is a drink company that I don't know anything about, and I've never drank the drink. I was always curious because it's like that. I always thought it was like sparkling water, but maybe it's drinking water. I don't know. Maybe I'll learn something from this. I personally try not to drink things out of cans or plastic. I try to drink out of bottles, glass bottles, but maybe I'll learn something new today. You know what I'm sizzling? He has a couple videos on this channel specifically I want to react to. The Chick-fil-A one, Capitalism Done Right. I watched this long Alex Formosi video about Chick-fil-A, and I'm wondering if he covers some of that stuff in there. But also, I'm really into health and nutrition, and the homie Paul Saladino, a.k.a. the Carnivore MD, from back in the day. He used to be called that. Now he eats fruit and some other stuff and raw honey and da-da-da-da. But long story short, he went to Chick-fil-A and got the ingredients. He does that on his channel. He breaks down the ingredients. Bruh, it's wild. That shit is wild. So I'm just curious his take on it. Again, fast food is fast food, but it said capitalism done right. So I'm like curious to see where that goes. So we'll get that on the channel at some point. And then there's a couple other, but the Chick-fil-A one is the one I really want to see. Costco. And so if you guys are rocking with these, you know, I'll keep doing them because I enjoy it. Some of them I learned. These ones I'll know a little more about or have a little, like I knew a little bit about Arizona tea, but the Fat Electrician channel, I really know nothing of those stories. So that's all new for me. But anyways, let's get into it. Support his channel. This is the Fat Files channel. Support that. Subscribe over there. Watch his videos independently of my reactions or commentary pieces to his videos. Support, support, support. He always has merch. Support, support, support. And if you want to rock with me, like, share, comment, subscribe, and you can hit the description for my other channels. I have a music reaction channel and a, what else do I have? I don't even know. But let's just bring this back to where it goes, and let's get this video started.
Today we're talking about Liquid Death. It is the most savage company on the internet, and it has the best marketing team on the planet. Now that's a pretty big statement by me, so how do I know they have the best marketing team on the planet? Well, the company is only 4 years old. It was started in 2019, and today they are worth $700 million, which is really impressive for any company, but it's unbelievably, incredibly impressive when I tell you that all this company sells is water in a can and merch promoting their water in a can. I'm gonna say that again, but slower. They take water, shit that's basically free, stick it in a can, and then sell it for like $3.50 a can, and now they're worth $700 million.
Yo, that's actually wild. Because I thought it was like sparkling water. You know, like, because it was in a can, I thought it was like a soda. And then someone was like, nah, it's just water, but I never tried it, so I don't take people's word for it. I'm just like, oh, I'll try it one day. But their logo and concept, because I was like, Liquid Death, is this going to kill you? Is this going to F you up? But then we're like, nah, it's just water. It's saying it's killing dehydration. I was like, oh. And maybe that's not, maybe I'll learn something here, but that's what one of the homies told me. And I was like, for real? That's kind of wild because the can looks like beer. It looks like beer. I thought, bro. Anyways, let's go.
All right, before we go any further, I do have to say this. I am not affiliated or associated with Liquid Death in any way, shape, or form, even though I tried to be. I tried to get them to sponsor this video and sponsor my whole channel if I could, but they didn't get back to me, so I am not affiliated with them at all, so the rest you can take at face value. I am, however, affiliated with today's sponsor, Zydex, custom gaming PCs built right here in America with American-made tech support. They have pre-built models ready to go, or they can build any custom computer you want to pretty much any spec you want. Go check them out. I'll have a link and a discount code down below. Let's get back to the video. So here's what happened. The guy that founded the company, Mike Cesario, was at a Vans Warped Tour concert, and he realized that all the people that were performing on stage were drinking Monster energy drinks all day, every day. Which,
that's crazy, because that's true. Like, I don't know if y'all know my forte, but I'm a rapper, and I've toured like most of my life. I just stopped touring because I just want to focus on with my raising my family. but like I was a tour manager, and these MFers, a lot of them get sponsored by Monster specifically, and they're always drinking it. And then that visual effect transfers to the fans, But I was like, dude, I don't drink energy drinks. I stopped drinking soda in high school. I'm 45 years old. Every now and then I'll sip one of those stevia, or Zevia. It's sweetened by stevia, like root beer. I like those, and I like soda, but I just won't drink it. It's crap in a bottle, honestly.
Clearly is humanly impossible, so he got closer, investigated, and he realized that they weren't actually monsters, they were Monster Tour Water, basically Monster cans that Monster put water inside of so that athletes and band members and people that were performing could drink water and not drink.
I did not know that. The fools I roll with drink Monster. They ain't drinking Monster Tour Water. That's crazy. That's crazy. I didn't know that. That's hard.
Monster and die while they were doing whatever they're doing. To which Mike, the founder of Liquid Death, is like, wow, that's kind of fucked up and misleading. What if I did the same exact thing, except I just sold it as water and made water cool, like Monster and beer and energy drinks are cool? So that's what he set out to do. Okay, step number 1, get it a cool name. Liquid Death, the coolest name possible. It's absolutely perfect. Why would you call water Liquid Death? Because that's exactly what it is, okay? I've been saying this for years. Any body of water that's too big to fit in my cup is too much. Now, this is gonna be an unpopular opinion, but swimming is dumb and the ocean is absolutely terrifying. Now, is that because I was a fat kid growing up and I didn't like taking my shirt off in front of girls? Perhaps, but also maybe I'm onto something, because think about it, 10 billion, mammalian, fafillion years ago, fish were floating around in the ocean and they're like, man, this kind of fucking sucks. We should evolve us some legs so we can leave. And then they did that and they left. What's that? You're not convinced? Don't worry, I can keep going. Let's have a look at the license plate of the worst state in the country, Minnesota. The home of 10,000 lakes. Coincidence? I think not. Now, if you've never been to the state of Minnesota, let me break it down for you. It's like they took the state of California and said, how can we get rid of all the redeeming qualities of California, which is like the weather. They got rid of the weather. It's just cold California. That's all that state is. Now, is that because of all the large bodies of water around the state? Probably not, but you know what is? All of the bugs. Do you have any idea how many fucking mosquitoes you have when you have 10,000 lakes? They are the biggest mosquitoes I've seen in my entire life. I'm fairly confident it's their state bird. Okay, look, I'm just guessing, but your football team would probably be a lot better if they could practice without being attacked by blood-sucking hummingbirds all the time. Okay, look, if you're from Minnesota, don't take it personal. I'm just kidding. I love you guys. I'm from Iowa. I'm contractually obligated to make fun of you. I'm probably just jealous that you guys have a pro football team and I don't, but to be fair, we do have the same number of Super Bowl wins. The point I'm trying to get to is that Liquid Death is the absolute perfect name for water. Everybody's freaking out about Panera's lemonade killing like 2 or 3 people over the course of 5 years. Meanwhile, water's out here sinking the entire Titanic and nobody bats an eye. So now they've got the perfect name.
What? Hold on. He just slipped that in there? Like, we can't... What? Panera lemonade killed someone. Okay, I didn't know that.
Now they need the perfect tagline and the perfect mission statement. The tagline is going to end up being murder your thirst, which is fantastic. And then their mission statement is death to plastic, basically justifying why they have their water in a can because, you know, plastic bottles are bad for the environment and save the turtles and all that bullshit. So they've got the perfect product. Now they just have to launch a viral ad campaign. And to do that, they're going to model off of energy drinks and alcohol, which is perfect because those are the 2 things that are so well marketed that people will actually go out and spend their money to buy merchandise, which is basically they've marketed the product so well that not only are people going to buy that product, but people are going to buy additional products like shirts, hoodies, jackets, hats, whatever, so that they can buy that and wear it, turn themselves into a walking piece of advertisement to let the rest of the world know, hey, I associate with this product and I'm cool too.
How do you do, fellow kids?
So that's the plan. How are they going to accomplish it? Step 1, they're going to make a commercial, and that commercial is going to begin with a woman declaring herself as a paid actress.
I'm a professional actor, and I'm getting paid to tell you about a revolutionary new product.
She then proceeds to explain why water is metal as fuck.
Water is deadly. It kills innocent surfers and snowboarders and kayakers. Every year, water is responsible for thousands and thousands of deaths. Energy drinks only kill like, what, 1 or 2 kids?
And then it pans out to reveal that she's been waterboarding some dude with Liquid Death the entire time. It's the perfect commercial for this.
I've never seen that commercial. That's crazy.
Product. Now, this is the point in time where the money's going to start rolling in, okay? Here's the plan. We're going to take that money, and then we're going to launch our new initiative. Remember, our mission statement is death to plastic. We don't like plastic bottles. So what are we going to do? We're going to use all our profits to pay for postage for our fans and other people to mail empty plastic bottles back to Coca-Cola Coca-Cola and Pepsi to troll the rest of the industry. Okay, not only are they gonna break into the food and beverage industry in like 2020, they're gonna talk shit while they do it. Do you understand how unprecedented that is? Do you understand how hard it is to break into the beverage industry? It's virtually impossible because Coca-Cola's got that shit on lock because they started off way back in the day on easy mode when it was legal to put cocaine inside of your soda. Obviously, they've got a cult following, okay? Just for the record, if you don't know, cocaine is bad for you. Does it smell great? Absolutely. For legal reasons, that was a joke. Moving on. Seriously, it's like me versus my grandparents at buying a house in our 20s. Back in the day, they paid like $5 and half a bag of Skittles for a 5-bedroom house, and now that house is worth like $3 million. Do you understand how hard it is to overcome that much of a head start? I mean, look at Pepsi. When they first came out, they couldn't get any market penetration against Coca-Cola because it was motherfucking Coca-Cola. They literally had to go out and buy the entire chain of Taco Bell and KFC just so they could get restaurants to have Pepsi products so that they could get people to try their shit. The point I'm trying to get to is it's virtually impossible to break into the beverage industry, and these guys did it for virtually no money at all, and it's absolutely incredible. So everything's going good. They're selling cans of water. They're selling every kind of merch you can imagine. Shirts, hats, water bottles, fucking snare drums, LED signs, anything under the sun they're selling because their branding is that powerful. Then they take it to the next level and they start selling flavored sparkling water, which is absolutely genius because nobody's ever made flavored sparkling water cool. I mean, let's face it, most men would never ever in a million years consider drinking sparkling water in front of their friends, okay? You gonna show up to your buddy's garage with a 6-pack of Perrier or LaCroix? Absolutely not. Okay, look, I'm a grown-ass man. I love all my friends. I could call up any one of them at 3 a.m. on a Tuesday and they'll help me bury a body in a cornfield with no questions asked. But if I start drinking fucking Perrier in front of them, the shit talking is gonna continue for the rest of forever.
No, we are not French. We're American because you're in America, okay? Greatest country on the planet.
But now that's not...
Yo, I actually drink Perrier every now and then. What's the other one? The Tocantos or the Mexican one? Anyways, so this is kind of ill because, and you guys, I need a correction in here because I don't know where I heard this. I don't know if it's valid, okay? Water in an aluminum can, fine. I actually think that's actually kind of groundbreaking, really, when we see the way this is put together. However, I was told that soda in an aluminum can and things in an aluminum can, even like foods, like if you leave the aluminum can open or something can happen in parts from, I don't know, man. I don't want to sound stupid. I was always under the impression that there's something with the ingredients in soda, and if there's something that could happen between the can and the ingredients, and you get that in your body. I could be tripping. I forgot who told me that. I don't know if it's a valid source, but again, that's not why I don't drink out of cans, is because typically things in cans have a ton of sugar and a bunch of syrups and stuff, so I don't drink that type of shit, period, you know? But I've also heard stuff about aluminum cans and like just essentially staying away from aluminum, mercury, and then phthalates or some shit, whatever comes from plastics and stuff like that. So that's why I've always had that kind of stance. But again, when I've heard that, it's never been something like water doesn't have any, it's water. So I don't think there'd be any issue with the aluminum. But if anyone knows about that type of holla at me in the comments.
The case because I can show up with an 8-pack of tall boys that look like energy drinks or Four Locos and it's called Liquid Death. Nobody's gonna bat an eye. Buh! Are you really willing to overpay on water in a can just to maintain your fragile masculinity? Buh! You're fucking A-right I am. In fact, I'm gonna go buy a lift kit for my truck as soon as I get done filming this YouTube video so I can jack it 10 feet in the air and never take it off-road ever again. All jokes aside though, this product is actually genuinely cool because if you're an adult going to a party, you can bring this if you don't want to drink alcohol and nobody's gonna bat an eye and you don't have to have that awkward here's why I'm not drinking conversation. And for somebody like me who drinks energy drinks and beer and my kid wants to be be like, Dad, I can give him a can of something that's not bad for him, and he can drink that too, and he gets to feel cool. And they're actually starting to target kids specifically. I mean, here's their new mascot, Murder Mountain. He's got a can for a head, eyes for nipples, he's wielding a giant axe, and he cuts people's heads off, and they're gonna make it a new Fortnite skin, which I'm sure they're spending millions of dollars to do. But for the first time ever, I feel pretty okay with a company targeting kids in their advertising because it's genuinely good for them. It's not Monster with their 54 grams of sugar per can. It's not fucking cigarettes trying to make candy-flavored cigarettes. It's not vape so my kid can blow a cumulonimbus cloud out of one of his nostrils that smells like fucking Fruit Loops. It's just water. They're making drinking water cool again. And the coolest part about this is if you try to stop Liquid Death in their mission from making drinking water cool, they will absolutely roast you. Got a couple of different examples, starting off with my personal favorite. They recently came out with a new line of tea, and one of the tea flavors was obviously the classic half tea, half lemonade known as the Arnold Palmer.
That name was Rest in Peach. These dudes are actually nice with it. I saw that. I read that. Rest in Peach is a crazy name for tea. That's hard.
A couple of different examples, starting off with my personal favorite. They recently came out with a new line of tea, and one of the tea flavors was obviously the classic half tea, half lemonade known as the Arnold Palmer. They wanted to stay on brand. They also wanted to give the nod to the heritage of the drink, so they named it Armless Palmer, which I thought was a perfect nickname. Now, apparently, whoever owns the trademark for the beverage of Arnold Palmer didn't find that funny at all, and they decided to send them a cease and desist letter telling them they had to rename that drink or quit selling it altogether. At which point, Liquid Death, realizing they didn't have the money to go toe-to-toe with these enormous beverage companies, said, you know what, fine, we'll go ahead and rename it, to which they did. It's now named Dead Billionaire. Okay, now personally, I think that's hilarious. I believe in talk shit, get hit. However, a bunch of people on the internet got really mad about that. Now, here's the thing with that. Most of those people on the internet that got mad at that were people that would never ever drink Liquid Death in a million years anyways, so ultimately it doesn't really matter. And now, all the people that do drink Liquid Death, every time somebody asks what it is, they get to tell that really funny story. While we're talking about people being angry, let's go over what they do with the angry comments that they receive. They have an in-house metal band and turn the comments into song titles. I'm gonna go ahead and read you some of those right now. Quote, it's dumb, I won't buy it. Fuck whoever started this. Worst name for a water company. Huge tools. You deserve your mouth pissed in. This is very demonic. Murder myself. Go fuck yourself. Good try, Satan. Blood everywhere? I thought this was out.
This is crazy. I've seen people do that where they'll pull up the comments and kind of battle their comments on YouTube. But these dudes took it to another level. They started a band and just started doing covers. Well, not covers, original pieces from your comments. These dudes are ill. That, if I'm being real, the energy of this is punk rock. The energy of Liquid Death in this story that he's telling is punk rock. That rebellious energy. Also hip hop, like early underground hip hop. There was more groundbreaking, not the bubblegum bullshit. Not rap, but like the ground, because hip hop had this punk element to it. That's why it kind of popped off the way it did. But yeah, man, this is something. This is something different. These dudes are hella punk.
Alcohol. So in conclusion, that is a story of how a company that decided to put water in a can went from $0 to $700 million in the span of 4 years. And if you care about the business aspect, I think the biggest takeaway from Liquid Death is that they managed to take a product, something that was completely neutral to absolutely everybody. Water. There was no good water, there was no bad water, and they made it controversial. They made people feel something about their particular brand of water. Whether that was love or hate was person to person, but they felt something, and you can monetize something, but you can't monetize nothing. I mean, think about it. If somebody hates Liquid Death, it means that they're watching and they don't like what Liquid Death is doing, but regardless, Liquid Death still gets to monetize their viewership. And then, if somebody loves it, it's also because they're watching, and not only do they get to monetize their viewership, they get to sell them a product on top of that. Bearing that in mind, thank you for watching. If you hate what I'm doing, go ahead and keep watching so you can keep hating it. And if you like what I'm doing, best way to support the channel is go buy some merch over at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang out.
I don't know what the quack bang is for. I'm probably going to learn.
No, I'm not gonna lie, pretty proud of myself. When I said energy drinks and alcohol had the best marketing tactics ever, I almost brought up Got Milk and the government cheese cave conspiracy again, but I managed not to this time.
Yeah, Got Milk, beef, it's what's for dinner. Those are really good marketing. Dare to keep kids off drugs. Like these things like stood the test of time with their marketing. Anyways, that was a really dope piece he just did. I did not know that about Liquid Death. That's phenomenal. They're really close to being worth they're probably worth over $1 billion. I'm guessing I'm guessing they grossed $700 million. I don't know if that was profit, but if you gross $700 million, then your company would be evaluated way over $1 billion, I would think. Again, I'm not an evaluator, but from things I've seen, that's incredible in 4 years. Just think about that. Hey, we're going to market water. You kind of have to have some balls and cojones to be like, hey, we're going to just throw this water in a can, give it a ill punk rock logo, punk rock name, and start going marketing crazy, and we going to ball. Yo, I'm here for it.
City boy, city boy.